Everyone, I would like to show you how to make a shooting platformer game on Scratch. So let's start with the basics. So today I would love to show you how to make the player physics. Here it is. The player is like a little ice cube, white ice cube that moves all around the screen. So this is the code I made for it. This 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 chunk of code here determines how fast the player is moving. The more blocks that are here, the faster the player will go, and the less blocks that are here, the slower the player will go. And not only that, the power will decrease. So let us test it out. If I remove most of the blocks from this chunk of code, this is how slow the player moves when I remove all of the blocks there. This is how fast the player moves, and the jump speed also decreased with it. And not only that, I also put key inputs to determine it. But let's go to the main space. All of this is powered by just one block, and this is the block. These blocks are all for showing where the players are, and this is for like regeneration of health when those like med kits. So this is the script for when the player loses, and this is the script. This is the script for player movement controls. Like I made a script that will show all of the controls for player one up, player two down, player two left, player two right. So everything will be aligned, and I did it for all players, up to 4 players. If you're familiar with this, player two's controls are normally WASD because those are aligned in the way up and down keys are aligned. So let me add back this code so everything will be normal again. So now go to another sprite. This sprite is just the ground, but it has many features even though it has no code inside of it. But without this ground, the player will just be sinking, and most of the objects like all of the nukes, dragons, and other things that fall from the sky, like even chests and guns, and even guns that are inside chests may even fall out. So now move to the next sprite. This is like the play and pause button, but it's not actually finished yet. So let us finish it. This was supposed to show here. So the first thing I want to do now, I want to off all of the variables, so you can see it carefully. Okay, I've off one. Sprite 8. So sprite 8 is where the dragon spawns all of the dangers that fall from the sky. There are 2 variables from this sprite: target YV and YYVV. Okay, now there's one more variable that we need to off. This is the nuke sprite, but later in the video I'll name all of them according to their functions and art. And of me, specifically every single block was for me, and all of the art was for me too. But the player sprite and one of the guns were from another person. But the other person did not actually draw it. I drew it by hand while looking at what he did. I did some art for the play button, but it did not actually finish yet. So let us finish it today. So today I'm going to show you that the best way to draw a straight line on scratch is if you use this tool. Some people that use Bitmap don't really remember about this tool, and it is very tragic that they don't use it, even though it is one of the most useful tools is on the scratch editor. So let us finish drawing it. Everything should be aligned and well placed. So that means we need to be careful while drawing this. Even one mistake can ruin everything. So I have a faster way. Since I'm not trying to draw a simple square all around like this, you can just do this and everything will stay without any errors. No, that was a mistake, so let's fix it. This game is really coming together, but we still have to finish the pause and play button first. But we're still drawing the costumes for it, so stay tuned to see me complete it. So now that the art is finished for the play button, for the play button, play button. So let us go to the pause button. First we duplicate the sprite. Then after that, mommy.
Okay.
So we are almost through with. We are almost through for. Almost through with the pause button. Don't need to fill it in, and we're done. But it still looks somehow. So let us redraw it again. Let's do a straight line until we reach the very tip. Then go back one pixel. If you want to make it look better, you can add the extra pixel to the edge. So now this is the time where we can fill in, and it looks good. So now let us move on to the next piece of code. So let us test this out. So let us say that this is the variable I used to make it play and pause. So now it's in play. So it's supposed to. So the costume supposed to be in play right now. And the first one is play. So let's switch it to costume 2. After that, we can't move. So let us. So now that I've paused it, I've played it back. Now that I've played it back, let us check our variable and see And another thing, if it is not, if it is in pause, the player can lose. So we should, we should fix that later in the video. Let's go back to this spread and put back the and increase that chunk of code so the player can be faster and more agile. Are you play? Okay, so let us add back this chunk of code to make the player faster. Or to make it less lag. Let us off. I've stopped it now. Now add back. Let us add back this chunk of code. You have to be careful not to remove any of the input blocks, or else the player might not move properly or even stop working. But still, we have to pause everything and make the player stop there whenever the player is not moving. So now add this to this block, to the button right here. And after we add this, you will notice that this, when we press the green flag, it will become faster. So now wait for it to add the blocks. Even though if you use plenty blocks in one sprite in this calculator, the sprite may be laggy. All of the blocks in the sprite may be laggy. So whether it has completely been added, to make this process faster, let us remove it from the sprite as quickly, as fast as possible, so we can see the progress that I made. Okay, now it is better. Now it is paused, but this also makes the player lose. But when we unpause it, the player comes back. But why does this happen? This is because I made a script. If the player's health is less than 1, that means if it's 0. That also means that if the player's health is 0, it will set its alive status to no. And I also put that if the pause and play variable is not play, it also now so that means I should do this instead. I made this script because just so that the player is about to die, is about to lose, and the player and the person suddenly just paused it. This will make the player to lose even though the game is paused. So let us fix that. You have to separate these two and put it here. You have to use place. So now you will see that even though the game is paused, the player will still be moving properly and not losing while the person has gone away. So let us pause it. It is paused. Nothing is moving except some other sprites. But now there is no moving. That means that I can see the player is still have not lost yet. So that means the code I just adjusted was correct. So now let's move on to the next phase of making this game. Now I truly pause button and fix the player to controls. So now let's add pause and play to other sprites like the med kit chest and gun, dragon and other, and even the nukes. But we don't need to add this. Wait, because it can spoil the whole thing and even make it stop working. As you realize, I added tags and those bars to show the status of the player. So let us move on to the next phase. So now we want to start with with the with the nuke. So instead of doing this, make a new variable played for the nuke. So when it's exploding, even though it will still pause, the animation will pause when it is exploding. So everything will sync perfectly to the pause button. And we made this for this sprite only. And now we set played 0. Then after that, we now for this sequence, we put in if then equals we can now advance this code. So instead of doing this, we repeat since once the nuke have dropped to the ground and the animation is finished, so since the nuke after the nuke explodes and the animation finishes, since it is going to delete itself, so let us make it pause while deleting itself or exploding. So now we put in played. Since we have to calculate how many frames is going to move per 0.01 seconds, going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we can add this. This is 10. Can do this. This played. We can repeat until played equals 10. Then change played by 1. This will make it sequence until played equals 10. Then after that, delete itself. Set exp to hide. Set exp to 1. That determines what if the nuke is exploding at that time. So now put this in. Then after that, instead of just giving it like that, you now have the free space to then add this. If then that equals if then equals play. If then settings equals play. Then after that, you can see that let's spawn a nuke right now. It's a nuke not going to spawn. Okay, so now wait. It's going to wait 1 second. Then after that, okay, so let us add this liquid. Okay, so let us wait. and to this. Now you can see that it perfectly matches, but there's something else. Why isn't it possible correctly? But because I added this wait to 10 seconds block to it, that made it lag. So let me tell you this right. So now we know what is happening. Let me see this. Okay, so that means we are not supposed to put this here. But we're supposed to put it inside the foreign script. And let's see if it works. Now it pauses in place. Now after that, it now falls down. Let's wait until another one comes. That is a very good experience on what we have done. Now, since we are through with the nukes, let's start with simply this is going to be easy because it's just going to be like, okay, to make this easier, let us copy some code on the nuke and bring it here. So now if I add this to this script, the whole thing is going to pause while other things are moving, but we're soon going to change that now because everything is going to pause when the pause button is pressed. So now next thing we need to add to is the now. Since you can see that this one has most code, second code to this record, this sprite has more than 1000 blocks. Why this one has 235? So let us bring our little piece of code here. Now add it back and bring it. Now we have to look for the following script. We are looking for it. But before we look for that, let me explain everything else. This script is for pointing in the direction and going to the sprite that has collected it. This is for showing the type of gun it is. Cause before a player collects the gun turns into a item gun. That means that let's say that he name is a costume, item bazooka and another one bazooka. You have to calculate, you have to remove that item. So when the sprite touches the chest, you have to remove that item, then switch the costume to the name after the item. So it will turn into its general name. This is what this whole script is for. This is for blocking, making it stand on things like this whole block here is for the physics. This is for showing who does touched the sprite. This was supporting this block. Right, this is for spawning them. This is for wait, this is like the updated version of this because it shows if it's supposed to go on a bullet or not.